Off to a great start.
Yeah, that's nice. They get a slight advantage here in laning stage, and like I said, I already thought that Batrider is a very strong mid hero and hard to lane into. Morphling fares better than Pudge would in that matchup, but still, I think no one has a great setup here to have a good game. With the Bounty Rune advantage and being Batrider, he's gonna have early bottle. This will be important first few CS for Topson, if he can get some denies.
Now this is interesting to note too. We've got Ana and Whitemon facing off with a V-Tune and Solo in this bottom.
Yeah, they're pairing the Pudge into the Naga. They wanted the matchup. He didn't want to go against the Visage, and he wanted, more importantly, he wanted to be against the Naga.
Down in flames.
End up losing that courier right off the bat. I feel like this is just going to be a brawl down here. And Topson has so many stacks on him over here in this mid lane. That's pretty spooky. Has forced out the magic stick charges, but it's not an easy lane up against Batrider.
Yeah, has to back up and try to regen a bit, but like you said, this lane will be no one being in control, and Topson having to try and get what he can. So far, good CSing though. He hasn't been able to score any denies into the Batrider, but he's still getting good farm for himself.
Now, the one thing I'm a little concerned about is that we have two heroes that kind of take a little bit of time, right? Like, Ana on this Pudge, he's going to need to get some items before he can be fully effective. And then when you have something like a Morphling, this isn't what we typically see Topson playing recently, right? It is a little bit more farm intensive. He's not going to be as active, supposedly. Bottom lane, Ana ticking down quite a bit. This is not looking great here. They do have the snowball. They're going to try to go for the save, turn their attention over onto Solo, but it's still going to be Solo who gets the first blood.
Nice play there by Navi. And I think Pudge struggles with one thing here. He's a little bit squishy in the early phase. As tanky as Pudge will get later on, I am surprised that they matched him up against the Naga, because it is a counter later on, but right now, not so much.
Oh gosh, all right, there's a kill in the top lane as they're still sitting very low. Sweden Strong trying to finish off Zephyr, giving the clicks, throwing out those cogs. It's doing a lot of damage. They need just a little bit more.
Oh, the creeps get him. He died. The range creeps were still on him.
Oh my god.
I mean, maybe not the worst thing ever. He's gonna get full HP, but he had a salve ready, so he definitely wouldn't have wanted to die there. Bottom, a glimpse back. They're trying to bring down Pudge a little bit. Not gonna get a kill on him, but good damage.
Seeing a lot of aggression coming out right away in this game number 3.
Yeah, it feels like the important thing that stands out to me right now is that V-Tune is getting really good farm down here.
Topson taking a lot of damage from no one. Is forced out the Fairy Fire. Still has bottle charges though, so just a lot of very nice harass coming out from the side of no one.
He's harassing, but he's not getting the kills yet.
Sweden Strong just getting clicked upon up here on this top lane. He's going to just teleport out. They have nothing to cancel the TP, so he's going to be fine. But he is going to have to walk back to lane, which they might be able to put some pressure on Lace in the meanwhile.
Yeah, Lace is going to be alone for a little while, and Zephyr intends to do as much as he can to do damage. They might actually be able to kill him here, chasing after.
The blast doors.
Not sure. Maybe one more? Yeah. It's looking very close. With that poison sting.
He's ticking.
There it is.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, look at this. V-Tune going in under tower to just run at Ana. He's pretty much dying already.
Yeah, Ana can't do much of anything against this right now. Like, he's trying, but they're just really abusing the fact that he's just not...
Ana? You have flesh EP. He didn't use it. He straight up didn't use it there. The last 4 attacks from the Naga, he could have blocked a lot of extra damage there. Forgetting his cooldown a bit, I guess.
I guess.
Dire's courier's gone down in flames.
Did force the TP out of Topson as, all right. Bit of denial here. Gonna try to make the play though, knowing that they don't have the disruptor. They're gonna try to get their own revenge against V-Tune, but lacking some of that damage to be able to do it in this bottom lane.
Both the side lanes are very high in action though, looking for kills all the time.
Sweden Strong trying to punish Zephyr a bit, trying to just put those nukes down. They go and they even drop the tombstone, just an attempt to keep Zephyr alive, put the pressure down. Cuckoo chasing after him here. Doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of mana. Does have a mango, but still, just again, it's a brawl back and forth.
Yeah, they're trading. I think right now they need to pull T1, need to...
Snowball over onto Solo. Looks like maybe they can get the final hit. Can they get the kill? Yes, they will. But now V-Tune chasing after Ana. It's like Ana's going to survive. He gets the salve placed on him. They're going to just cancel it out. So that's a very costly salve, considering they got not much out of it, rather.
Yeah, gonna be fine on Naga though, so he can go back and keep farming. There was a pull. He can actually summon illusions and just farm this. The trolls die quite fast too.
That's exactly the plan there.
Topson gonna be the winner of the rune luck, checking top and bottom rune. He gets a haste rune over on his morphling, so he could now maybe make a move towards side lanes with a teleport, or even just running over there. Doesn't have a TP scroll right now though.
Haste.
Like trying to figure out where the next kill's gonna happen. It feels like once they start amping up, everybody just starts murdering each other.
Top lane probably. It feels like they're gonna go there with
being here.
Topson.
Cancel out the TP, and they should be able to get the kill on Sweden Strong. No problem. Bottom lane, though, we are seeing the Bat Rider teleport in. He's got the lasso. Their eyes are set over here on Ana. The Snowball, though, coming into play, is going to connect over onto Noah. They need to get out of there fast, and I don't think that was necessarily the play. To cancel out the TP, they'll get Ana. They should be able to get White Mon as well. A good rotation coming out from no one, and a smart choice in who he wanted to lasso there.
Yeah, they managed to get both of them. They were stacked up, so immediately got sticky napalms on them as well, on the two of them, and there was no real way for them to escape. Look at Solo placing a deep ward immediately after this. He puts a ward under the tier 1. He wants to get the glimpse back if he sees anyone early, but see if they are gonna wait. You can see Ana sitting behind trees counting. He's like, you know, 1 Mississippi. He's just waiting, and there goes the glimpse, but he was patient enough to wait. Glimpse didn't stop him.
Good call.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The lane.
There it goes.
See that Topson and Zephyr to close the gap over on Sweden Strong. Be able to go and land the Gale. Give a couple clicks. See that the Nog is making her way over.
He should be dead here. The morphling can just come in and swoop in for the kill.
Yeah, now with White Mon here, this is actually potentially very scary for V-Tune. Shards will connect. And he didn't opt to go for that Song of the Siren pickup. But he is most likely just absolutely dead. And despite no one and Solo making their way over, they're just not going to be able to get there in time to save her.
Oh, the bane of all us mid and carry players, the greed, not skilling Song of Siren. We don't need it. There's no reason to have it. But yeah, he could have songed and TP'd out if he had it, but of course you want to get high level Riptide and Mirror Image.
Cuckoo just getting very aggressive. Is going to get cogged up by Sweden Strong. We'll throw out a little bit of that nuke there. Got a couple of these stick charges, goes for another decay. Sitting pretty big. This is a big boy with his dying. There's so many people. Yeah, there are 4 heroes from the side of Navi. He really wants to kill on Sweden Strong, but he's not going to be able to find it. And he does not have enough mana to... Oh, well, there's a little bit more. So he'll buy himself a little bit more decay. He's got 28 stacks of decay. Going to get thrown back into the corner with a V2. But look at how many heroes rotated up to this top area to take care of this Undying.
Jotted up as space created, I think.
Yes, now Topson though, invading the buy angle.
Yeah. It's also a lot of time that Ana gets to recover a little bit. He didn't have the best start down there on his Pudge, but now, you know, Cuckoo going man mode, just forcing everyone to come to top lane. Takes a little bit of time for Pudge to find farm bottom.
Radiant's bottom
This is true, that is pressure alleviated. Now, they've essentially drawn almost all the heroes on the side of Navi up to the top portion of the map after that. Granted, no one was just farming in the mid lane. That's getting very close to those boots travel, but Ana gets a little bit of a reprieval here in the bottom lane.
Right now, T1 are playing with so much information. Their ward game is really strong right now. They have 4 wards down, giving some crucial information, and I think they can make some informed decision where they want to play now. if I was them, I would probably try and make moves towards bottom and try and open up the map a little bit more by removing that tier 1.
Trying to put the pressure on here in the top lane as they are smoked up.
Yeah, they're wrapping top instead with the smoke gang. Lace feels it though.
Lace indeed feels it. They're off the shards, try to get the vision. They do have those wards, so they should be able to find them quite easily with the follow-up and the tombstone. So there is not going to be any visage here as they'll put the pressure on this top tier 1 and also try to get the final hits on these birds.
I'm entirely sure they can just take this tower by pushing without a creep wave. They're gonna go for it. I suppose maybe they can. Yeah. Doesn't look like anyone wants to go into this nasty place with Tombstone and Venom wards down.
Ana is forced out here using that piggy pole. Like no one was considering making a jump on him. Didn't opt to use the lasso as the top tower falls. All right, there we go. A little bit of a hook over onto no one. They'll turn the tables on this Bat Rider. He went in for the gank and got ganked himself.
Yeah, and that's a really important kill. Like I was mentioning, this push, he's gonna want to just farm until he gets his Aghanim. So if a kill can come to his lane, he doesn't want to make a move somewhere else on the map. But if they come to him, that's just amazing for him right now. But meanwhile, of course, his counterpart, the Naga Siren, is farming up a storm. She has already got Power Treads and Yasha going straight into that Manta Cell. It's gonna be a really early one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's interesting to note the fact that Topson did have a pretty difficult laning phase up against this this Bat Rider. He's still sitting at the top of the net worth though, despite all of that.
He's playing fantastic. Honestly, he laned it really well. He was very much aware of his limits. He looked like he was close to maybe getting caught out, but always had just enough to back out in time. And yeah, he's building up to become that, you know, the right-click carry in their team from the mid lane, having the Dragonlance already.
Looks like Sweet and Strong, his life has been placed out nice and tidily in his quick buy, is going to be going for next item, Aghanim Scepter. Cuckoo is going to go drop the Tombstone, follow up with a nice snowball from Whitemon. They're just going to obliterate this poor Disruptor.
And no way
Take
to
control
survive
of
for
this
him.
whole jungle area.
And they're going in, they're fighting again to continue having this deep vision and play under that area. Meanwhile though, Topson is trying to set up something top. He says, I'm invis, TP in, maybe we can kill something. I want to get Visage.
And they're gonna have to respond here because they drag back over onto Zephyr. And Zephyr does not have his ultimate, but they should be able to punish no one. They'll roll forward with that snowball. There's the click. Whitemon will finish him off. And Lace now just running for his life. Although B-Tune is here, they have the net. And go, put the nuke damage down over onto Whitemon. There it is, a nice hook shot coming out from Sweet and Strong into the silence. Beautifully done by the Disruptor. That is a killing spree that has just been ended. And that is some more push here in this top lane. One side of Navi.
Sweet and Strong with a really clean hook and push back there. That was so good. And they're enabling everyone. They're bringing absolutely everyone to this fight. Recognizing that T1, usually when teams run a carry pudge, he does take a very passive role in the early game. Literally just wants to sit and hit creeps. And while that can be true for Naga as well, she did join this fight and she has been fighting. This is what we saw in the previous game as well. V-Tune just wanting to join fights a little bit earlier. And now with a 13-minute Manta style power treads, he's looking real good.
Topson teleporting top, wants to go and try to burst down Lace. They do have the birds though, they go to throw out stuns. V-Tune does have Song of the Siren this time around, so if they get too aggressive, they will have to be very mindful of the fact that she can just reset these fights.
Just TP out. It's just the Venomancer. TP out.
There's a lot of space though for Ana, like we were talking about. Again, this is a guy that has to play fairly passive. And I think what's really funny with the state of Dota right now too, and one of the reasons why I enjoy it is, you know, if we had done this a couple patches ago, if we just passively farmed as a pudge, we get flamed so hard, right?
No, you still get flamed. I mean, you can do the correct thing and still get flamed. That's the wonderful thing of Dota. Nobody's safe from the flame. This would have been the correct play even back then, but it's just the way Dota is. Nobody is safe. And copying stuff you see in the pro game is not going to necessarily mean that you are free from
I'm talking
from
way back in the day, though. I'm talking like, you know, Dendi era. If you were just farming the entire time, like,
oh, for sure.
so
Okay.
flamed.
Yeah, of
But
course.
nowadays, you know, it's perfectly fine that your Pudge is, you know, walking around and just farming up.
That's
I
that
just
new
think it's
Aghanim
funny.
for you. It's a powerful tool. It makes him
Yeah.
more of an option as a carry.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of people tuning into this TI, and they're gonna be really confused when they see the first, the position 1 Pudge coming into play. Because that's what happens, right? With a lot of these games with TI, we have a lot of our fans coming back just to watch these games in particular.
I guess it's the yearly update for a lot of players. Can they catch
Yeah.
Zephyr? Not really. They almost had the end snare there. The glimpse back wasn't quite far enough.
Bottom lane, no one. He's got a lasso and Firefly if he wants to use it. The clockwork also coming down, but they realize something is up, so they're gonna immediately go in with the dismember. Good cancellation though coming out from Sweden Strong, so Anna just not looking like he's going to survive this at all. Waveform forward, they will make him pay for it, but no one should be able to make it out no problem.
Yeah, end of the day, that's 2 kills going the way of Topson. He's gonna get the disruptor as well as the clockwork. Very happy to join these fights, and that's what we expect from Topson, right? Even though he's a morphling and he's playing a mid morphling, he is the one who's gonna join more and help his team fight. Whereas the Pudge, he just happened to die down here. He doesn't really want to be part of these fights.
Dire's top tower
So
is under
he
attack.
just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
That was, of course, too, the static storm that got dropped, and it did delay a little bit longer, and I think that was probably a good play from the side of Solo, just being able to hold everyone in place, kind of be that distraction, so that they could finish off the kill on Ana, because I think if they had been a little bit faster on the side of T1, they might have been able to save him.
Yeah, they want to get him again
now.
now. They just killed Ana. They're now smoking in, trying to catch him again. Sweden Strong smoked up on his clock. He is, you know, assuming that the Pudge is going to go into his own jungle here, so he's warding down, looking for a catch. He needs help, though, to kill him. Because it's just too far.
They are slowing down his progress on the Aghanim Scepter splendidly, though.
Is under attack.
They are. Zephyr sieging up bottom tower. This is, you know, this is why I'm saying that Zephyr on his Venomancer is making a lot of stuff happen. I'm really enjoying seeing how he plays. He plays at a high tempo, controlling areas and taking objectives. And I think this is why they've had so much success with him.
Disgusting Meadow enjoyer Wago over here. Shake my head.
Honestly, yeah. I don't even recognize myself anymore.
What have you become?
Dire's top tower is
But yeah,
under
you're
attack.
seeing, you know, the pressure is on, and they can just take this tier 2, no problem. Granted, on the other side of things, you see Lace in the top lane putting his own damage on the tower. They have effectively mirrored one another, right? You've got Navi over in the Dire jungle, and then down in the Radiant side, T1 has effectively set up shop.
They're about to flip that mirror, though, and it's a binary thing. Either you take that tier 2 tower or you don't. They didn't finish the job on the tier 2 top, so I think we're going to see T1 move up there and defend now. If they can do that in time without losing the tier 2 tower, then they have an advantage. A little bit slow, though. They're moving, but they're not quite in time to defend it, perhaps. They don't
I think
see
the
anyone.
tower, do they have a fort?
Structures.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think you popped the fort. But I'm not sure if they're going to
Dire's
actually
top
go for
tower is
the
under attack.
defense.
Yeah, they don't see enough people on the map. They finally see Batrider down bottom now, but... Oh, they didn't finish the job,
I'm a
though.
little scared, though. Like, Lace is hiding up in the tree line, just waiting patiently for those creeps, but they could opt to make that swing towards the top lane. Although I guess you've got a creep wave over
They're hiding
in the
because they
mid.
don't see anyone. I mean, they didn't know if there was smoke running right at them, so they can't just mindlessly keep hitting the tower, because you would expect tier 1 to come, or T1 to come and defend that. But finally they saw them showing on mid lane, they saw the morphling, now they're going to constantly go for the tower again. And they do finish the job, and now they want to get out of here. They smoke immediately.
But here's the thing. While all this is going down, we do have the Aghanim Scepter completed for Ana now. It's go time.
Yeah, he's moving to join his team, ready to take a fight. But the smoke from Navi, though.
Sitting on the low ground. Sweden Strong going to be the first one to get spotted. Go. Drop that Poison Nova. There's going to be the one stack over onto Zephyr. Sweden Strong still alive over here in the corner. They'll end up losing the Venomancer. And still somehow Sweden Strong stays alive for a good amount of time. Ana's silenced up, but doesn't seem to care too much, as now they're going to chase after this Wraith Pack. They decide to back off, though, on the side of T1. And so does Navi.
think T1 honestly scaled better if this is just a farm trade, despite the fact that there is Naga Siren due to the mismatch against Pudge and the fact that Topson is farming up a lot and becoming a carry in this, right? He has the Yasha, he has the Dragonlance, he's building towards a BKB now. He is looking like he's gonna scale to become quite strong in this game as well. He only needs the recipe and he has 200 gold to go.
So who are we watching closely for the next minute now?
I think for me it's Batrider and what moves he can look for. He has Lasso ready. Can he find a way to connect to his team and make stuff happen? Because I think they can't just calmly go into the night here. They're gonna lose if they don't gain active advantages.
No one does have the boots to travel, and we are seeing B-Tune and Solo in this top lane, kind of sticking close together just in case they need to have some sort of save. Got 3 on the side of T1 hanging out in the jungle, but everybody seems pretty content to just farm right now. It doesn't feel like anybody wants to make plays, and again, with no one being kind of isolated off to the side, they have the potential to try to put the pressure on him, even with Topson just farming down here.
Yeah, and we see, by the way, there's a preparation going on already from V-Tune on his Naga. He's going for a Lincoln Sphere next. And it is good against the Dismember, of course, but I think this is not even just about that. I think he's preparing for possible Aghanims on Morphling down the road, because you can click that on Illusions. It's still going to target onto the main hero, and it's super annoying to play into whenever you play Naga or any other anti-carry. Morphling's Axe really destroys you.
Tried to make a smoke play on the Naga Siren, but V-Tune, realizing that he hasn't seen anyone in a while, does back off and does just teleport out. So now we have a collection of T1 here in this top area, searching to see what they can find. They'll get a little bit of a glimpse off over onto Topson, buy him a bit more time. Ana jumping forward doesn't quite get anyone in his line of sight, as it feels like they're just keeping a really close eye here on this Roche.
Yeah, this is a battle for Roche control.
To get in.
Yeah, either team dying would result in the other team just taking Roche right afterwards. So Venomancer, of course, being good at oppressing and taking over this area. He's throwing down his wards on every single high ground ramp and gonna push back Navi a lot.
It feels a little bit like when occasionally T1, they'll do this too, right? They'll give Topson, not Topson, sorry, they'll give Ana, you know, that high farm priority. He's the traditional carry. Same thing going on with Navi this time around, where you've got, you know, V-Tune, who's playing this Naga, is going to be the main source of that damage.
Coming in. They have the song, they can song to stop the Roche.
It's very ambitious. There it is. There's the song coming into play. Ana and Topson still in the pit. No one staying nearby. Waiting, dropping a nice dash over. They have the BKB over onto Topson. Onto the back lines of Sweden Strong, making just this fantastic hook shot over into the side, severing just 2 people off. And then they'll be able to get the kill over onto V2. The turnaround over onto no one. He is dead. Whitemon chasing after Lace now, just catching him in those shards. It's beautiful. It's a triple kill, and this is going to result in the Roche for the side of T1.
I think they got a little bit baited by the fact that, oh, look, we caught the pulse 1, the pulse 2. They're standing right next to each other. Let's just drop the Static Storm. But there was that BKB already finished up on the Morphling, and Pudge doesn't care that much about being caught in the Static Storm, as he's so tanky. He survived through it all, and they just turned this fight around. I think they probably had to focus on getting some kills that they can secure more easily. The song looked really fantastic here, but I think the cores were the wrong target. If they could have caught the 3 on the top instead with the song, that could have been a big setup. They even had 2 of them.
They did catch them, and then they go in with the hook shot. Like, Swingstrong had a great angle on that, but I think, like, Whitemon with the Tusk being able to just roll away as he did. And I don't know, as we go back into the game here, Topson does indeed get caught, as he's going to be able to waveform up, but they still have the Blitz. He's going to get drawn in again, and that is going to be the Aegis. The rest of the team, side of Team 1, making their way over. I'm curious to see if they want to try to stand and fight. They're standing toe-to-toe, but now they're gonna back off. They were able to get the Aegis. They're feeling happy about it. Looks like Ana was trying to go for a little bit of a hook. Doesn't manage to land it. All right, not bad for Navi, though, being able to burn that Aegis.
They get the Aegis. They did use the lasso, so now they have to dodge fights a little bit and play a little bit scared. But at least they don't have to worry about the Aegis morphling anymore. The problem in this game is, though, they really wish that they had the Aghanim Scepters, and we are in the same spot one more time, right? The Klopper, he only has the point booster and the Staff of Wizardry, and the Static Storm upgrade would be so important in this game. They're going for it on Disruptor as well. But I just think T1, they have more momentum, right? Their support, they're running with a Lotus Orb, they're finishing up an early BKB here. They're going to be getting more value out of the supports.
I understand that this is like so incredibly important. Zephyr just dropping the wards, that way they have the vision. He's like, all right, go see back. I've already done my job. Go get him, boys. And they just pop him right on out. That was a very interesting punch into hook.
Double Lotus Orb now as well. They can dispel the sticky napalm all the time, so Batrider's DPS is going to be terrible because he really relies on getting high numbers on that. But now with both Lotus Orb on Undying and Benno.
Dire's middle tower.
I thought Topson was going to go for a little bit more of an aggressive dive over onto no one. He just teleports right to the tower. But T1, they're going to back off. They're happy with what they got. Going to clean up these creeps over in the mid lane. And effectively have put the pressure down over on Navi.
Yeah, Navi have a lot of pressure, and I don't really see which power spike they're going to hit that's going to make the game a lot easier for them. They do have the Lincoln Spheres, of course, and they're building towards an Eye of Skadi on Naga, but there's no item that's going to massively change their ability to take a 5-man engagement. And that, I mean, there is, but that's the Aghanim's Disruptor, and it's far away. You need something now. T1 are just going to be the big bully here, controlling most of the map.
Dire's bottom tower has
Tiny
fallen.
Disruptor with big dreams. It's not like it's even easy for him to get out of here, get out of his base and be able to find this farm, because everywhere he goes, there's just people from T1 just climbing all over this map. And look at this, Topson just feels very bold. Wave swarms right over here into the base, so long will go and go down the kinetic field, but feeling very, very powerful.
I saw people on the side lane, so he's just pushing. He also knows he has backup by the Tusk and by the Lotus Orbs.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know how they get in here. I'm a bit concerned.
Yeah, right now it feels like Navi, they're just head in the sand. Like, if we don't acknowledge the problem, then it's not gonna hurt us. But you do have a problem, all right, Navi? You have a morphling, he's coming. The creep wave, they tried to cut it, but they didn't get all of it. Two creeps are coming, and then that is gone.
Lotus plays over on Topson.
Are fortified.
We're almost finished off this tower. We'll use the fortification. We'll get the glimpse back over onto Topson, but he's got the waveform. That'll be fine.
Dire's
That's the
bottom
glyph
tower
forced
is
out.
under
That's-
attack.
Oh, the fake back? They're going for the Naga. They're going for V-Tune. I feel like V-Tune has to know this, right? V-Tune has to be aware that, all right, they all just backed off suddenly.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
shown in the bottom lane.
Oh, but he
But can
doesn't
they lock him
understand they're
down for
close.
long enough is the question, though. All right, there's the stun into the shards. They follow up with the Song of the Siren, but you've got this BKB over on Ana, and he's just going to chase after him here. No problem. Doesn't even need to dismember. Good lord. No one in the top lane getting bullied by Topson, who has also turned himself into his own Batrider.
Yeah, we had a sticky napalm war on top lane, but that is a huge pickoff as well for T1 getting that Naga kill. She had previously been the hopes and dreams, right? She is the most farmed on the map, but she doesn't match up very well in this game, and it will be difficult for her to carry. Now dead for 20 seconds. The tower is gonna fall immediately here when they go high ground too.
Right up front and center, Topson. Doing what Topson does here on the morphling, giving the clicks.
Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
Those Lotus Orbs being thrown out.
Yeah, I think they don't need to stress too much on T1. Like, it's easy for them to feel like, oh, we have a chance to go, but if everyone is respawned, respect the potential for Static Storm to catch people out, because you still don't have BKB on everyone, you don't have everyone being completely safe, so just be confident in your own late game if you're T1 here. Back up, hold the high ground. You know that you're getting faster farm than Navi. Meanwhile, Navi, they need to sneak out. Naga is just rushing out into the jungle saying, I need to get more farm. And she desperately needs and needs another item. She's going for Orchid next, going for Bloodthorn. That is a fantastic counter to the Pudge. If you get the Mage Slayer and attack him, a lot of the damage is gone.
I guess my big concern is that, yes, V-Tune's making his way out of the base, and he's able to farm, which is excellent, right? Because it's very dangerous. It's very dark over here on the side, too. In fact, you can see Solo kind of standing nearby, but they ping out Naga. Immediately, V-Tune says, oh, I think I gotta leave now. So yeah, your Naga's getting farmed, which is important, but at the same time, like, everyone else on your team is just falling behind. Like, it is kind of becoming this one person against the world. Granted, you still have the lasso, right? Lasso's great. It's going to be able to, you know, separate and pull people back if you're given the opportunity. But I'm not sure that you're going to get that opportunity. And I'm worried here for the side of Navi.
Yeah, the problem for Navi is that we haven't been able to feel big impact. Oh, he'd be down bottom.
Oh, no. Oh, all right. I don't think that was intended. No one, though. The BKB is down. Just chasing after Whitemon. Do see Cuckoo, and there's so much damage coming out from all of these little rocket flares, but there it is. They find the opening, they get the dismember up over onto no one. He's gonna have his no, he's not gonna make it out in time to use that TP scroll. No way.
Tower is under attack.
He dies quickly. The problem this game, I was gonna say, is exactly this. Like, Batrider struggled to have any real impact. Honestly, I didn't expect the morphling mid by Topson to work as well as it did against Batrider initially. But even the mid, like the overall mid game, I thought Batrider would have a bigger power spike than he did, and we haven't really felt the Visage impact either. Overall, Navi have just been pretty like disabled by T1 and the way they played this game.
I'm curious, like, thinking back on it, because we did say, you know, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for Topson on the Morphling. What exactly did he do so well that made it that he became this huge threat? Because he was sitting at the top of the net worth for quite a while, does a lot of damage, like...
He's playing with good confidence. He knows his limits like better than anyone. He's very good at always getting the most out of any situation. So he's been pushing himself, you know, towards what could seem scary for a lot of other players in the matchup. Even he went up to 10 sticky napalm stacks, but he was like, nah, this is fine, got wait for him, I can just back out. Similar to Slark against the Batrider, which is the more commonly picked counter, right? But they had this morphling from early on in the draft. They decided, you know what, we can just put him against that works fine.
It's definitely one of those games that I feel like I want to go back and just watch the way that he plays this morphling with the efficiency. And like you said, a lot of it is confidence in knowing the limits on your hero. But it seems very, very impressive.
Yeah, he's gonna get Aegis now as well, so getting even stronger, and a shard over on the Pudge, so lower cooldown on that dismember, and he can of course save people now. Good utility coming in for him. This is looking real dangerous. Like, how do you deal with a 5-man of T1 at this point? They have so many different things going for them.
I mean, that again is the issue. You still have a Naga Siren with the top net worth of 20,000, but there's such a huge gap between the Naga, and then the next up is, of course, the Batrider, who has been struggling.
They need gold on Disruptor. Glimpse one of the illusions, man. He needs 250 gold so he gets Aghanim's. We're at the same spot as last game.
All right, there's a hook shot from Sweden Strong. It's going to push back over on Topson. They've got Lotus on the ages, though. Oh, God. All right. It's the big gamble. You hope it's gonna work. I don't know about this, though. Oh, dear.
It's all on Naga. Can Naga find a timing where she gets a big song and people are stacked up? Then we could see the dream. If everyone stacks up, they could get punished here by this play. Naga is looking for it. He's eyeing it.
Dive forward here, coming from Ana and Topson. Okay, there it is. Again, this Pudge doesn't care so much. This Topson is probably going to care a little bit more, but they do manage to split the fight up with Whitemon over on the back line, so he's not going to have the snowball to go in and get the save, but they can't do enough because he does manage to get over there in time with the snowball, saving up that Topson here. And they go and drive back over onto Lake. The buyback coming out from V2. They don't want to get knocked down as they'll end up losing Whitemon. Seeing Strong running away, Topson waveforming, chasing after him, should be able to clean him up with couple hits. And now another buyback coming out from Lace. V2 though left alone. He doesn't have any friends. He doesn't have the help that he needs because they're just giving him the clicks right down. They'll get the kill on the Naga. That is a dieback. Cuckoo just trying to run away because no one wants something for his troubles. We'll be able to find it. And now Topson gotta get glimpsed back. Immediately dropping the Manta, gets nuked down a little bit. Another Lotus being placed on him. Still has that Aegis. It's him and Zephyr really against the world. No one really wanted it. The waypoint forward, though, he's thinking about going back in. That is the Aegis.
Gonna come back, it's gonna be fine, and maybe even wants to push here, but I think he should respect that Clockworker's respawning as well. He's gonna be greatly outnumbered if he goes in, so he thinks better of it. Gotta back out. I can't believe we saw part 2 of the tragic disaster of Disruptor. Like, this is,
yeah.
he has now repurchased his boots. He's like, okay, it felt like the play worked, but you don't have damage. Like, you caught the Morphling and the Pudge, but they simply take no damage from the Naga and her illusions. It looked like her DPS was non-existent. Pudge just stands there. The Shiva's mitigating some of the attack speed, and of course, Flesh Heap wasn't even needed there, right? He just has Blaster against Shiva's, enough for tanking all these right clicks.
I mean, like you said, it's a huge problem is that you can get these nice setups, right? I thought that was a very nice song. But then
good. They needed great. It was a good song. They needed a great one. They needed like 3 or 4 heroes next to each other, not just 2 heroes.
they needed some Mozart level stuff going on during that. And I also thought, you know, no one identifying that Whitemon has been, you know, this person who's able to get these saves down, but they weren't able to finish him off. I was like, oh, they don't have the snowball. Like, this is their chance. But then all of a sudden, Whitemon, he's there, and he's just saving everybody. Like, it's insane.
Topson is in.
Again, all right, here we go. They grab Topson. Waiting. There's the hook shot coming in from Sweet Start. It's a lot of hatred, a lot of damage being placed over here. And wait patiently again with those saves. The follow on the clicks over onto Sweet Start. The BKB popped over onto Topson, over onto Ana. They're just kind of stuck in the corner. The song does get used by B2, but Ana blinks forward. Is going to end up falling asleep. His BKB duration is done, but he gets the hook up over onto Lace. This is going to be a very dead Visage. And T1 just finishing off this top racks with Topson. Just glimpsed back here. No one trying what he can, but it is very difficult because there's Ana jumping forward. Sees B2 wants this kill, gets the hook going on in with the Walrus Punch. They end up killing the Naga, and the GG gets called.
Yeah.
T1 looking real dominant with a really kind of weird but very solid draft to take down Navi.
Yeah, they show it. I mean, Naga, she really couldn't do anything this game in the big team fight scenarios. There's too much AoE damage coming out from this Agonist Pudge just walking in and standing against her. The illusions constantly just died immediately, and the Shivas on top of that, of course, denying a lot of the attack speed even when they were alive. And yeah, they made it look pretty easy here in the final game. T1 all smiles around, but for Navi, it felt like such a Hail Mary that they went for twice, going for this Aghanim's Disruptor play, even doubling down in this game, going for the Naga Siren into the Aghanim's Disruptor play. It's neat, but they needed to have more stuff going for them.